Hello Wolfpack, RLC, another video here. As I said in my last video, we're releasing a few videos today, so RLC is another one of the coins that I'm looking at. And on RFC, we've got the daily chart here, and we can see that very similar to iExec and very similar to the few of the coins we're going to be looking at today, where we've kind of had a brilliant retest of a previous structure, right? We've come down on RLC, and I've extended this triangular formation, and we've actually retested not only the triangular formation, not only the top one, not only the bottom one, but we've also retested the 100 SMA, we've retested the 50 SMA, we've retested the 200 SMA, and now we're working our way back up. We've got the stochastic RSI at a bottoming out region here, ready to move up to the upside, and you know, within the next probably week, right? Week, maybe a little bit more than a week, we will be seeing a bullish MACD cross on RLC as well. So lots to look forward to. On top of all of that, we have a golden cross that's just occurred between the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA, which is typically a pretty bullish pattern, regardless of what happened on Bitcoin. When we had a golden cross, we just kind of dumped, but it should be a bullish pattern for RLC. On the weekly chart, we also have tightening Bollinger Bands and also a bullish MACD cross that has been kind of faked out a little bit. It's been flattening out, but once we see a bold green candle, we should be able to flip that back to the bullish region, and we should be able to head upwards on the MACD as well. So overall, we're looking pretty good. As for immediate resistance zones, we're looking firstly at retaking some of these SMAs, right? So the pink and the yellow, which is the 12 and the 26 SMAs. Once we retake those regions, we can start working our way up. Now, obviously, a quite critical support zone, a resistance zone, sorry, would be this triangular formation that we've actually just broken to the downside with. Above that would be the $5 region, and then the last major resistance zones for RLC, you know, in general, are actually sitting between around $5.50 and $6.50. Once we break $6.50, it's basically time to put on your parabolic boots, because there wouldn't be much stopping us from that point from heading up much higher. Now, we can take a quick look at the VVPR. Also, before we do that, I want to say that we also, you wouldn't be able to see it because it hasn't actually rendered yet, but we have also come down and retested the bull market support band on RLC. I really don't see how we go down here, to be honest. If we do, of course we can, but, you know, it could just be one big fake out and the manipulators could actually bring us down on purpose. But, you know, it seems very unlikely with the amount of support we're seeing in one region. I mean, you don't have to be a technical analysis expert to realize that when you have the 50 SMA, the 200 SMA, the 100 SMA, a major support block at $4, a major triangular support block, and the bull market support band, which is the 20-week SMA and the 21-week EMA, that, you know, it's very unlikely you're going to drop further. Again, it could happen, but, you know, it's the probability of it happening is very, very, very low, in my personal opinion. Now, we can take a look at the VVPR as well, and let's bring this up quickly, visible range. Now we can see that the VVPR is showing a point of control at around that $4.46 region. So we're not actually above that yet, so that would be another critical resistance. Look, we do have some resistance. I'm not saying we don't, but I'm saying that the longer term support blocks are lining up for a pretty strong bounce here in RLC. So we look pretty good. I don't really see, as I said, how we could go down much further. And if we do, you know, we always have this critical long-term support line down here at the bottom to fall back on, and that will bring us to around the $3.34 region. That's really not ideal, and the only scenario I can really see that playing out in is if Bitcoin goes to 53K. Now, obviously, if we drop below this critical support region, that's probably a sign to exit not only RLC, but probably, you know, the entire market. Although you shouldn't be basing our other altcoin choices off of RLC, but it would be a pretty good time to exit RLC, because once we break this support line, not a little fake out like we had over here, but once we break that to the downside, that's the whole structure that has been compromised, right? So I'd say that, you know, if we break below, and this is, I really don't think any of this is going to happen. By the way, I'm just clarifying and using the worst case scenario, because I like to look at the bearish news as well. You know, if we break $2.88, which is our previous all-time low, we're probably done and dusted for RLC. We'd probably exit there for sure. But again, I really don't think that's going to happen. I think it's probably going to be up from here. The bottom, you know, the bottom was at $4.20 in my personal opinion. But let's see what happens. You know, I could be wrong. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.